and his administration did not listen to that. Even when there were no reasonable ground to remove Nigeria from the country of a list of a concerned country, they still remove him, remove the Nigeria state. So we believe that Trump coming to power will put Nigeria on their toe. And as you can agree with me, even before now, we have information that many of you do not have. We know that Nigeria have, supported the re-election of Kamala Harris secretly and and openly. So why are they supporting this re-election? Because of the way they have ignored the atrocities of Nigeria. And so you should be asking yourself question, why was Nigeria removed from the country of special concern? Nobody has been able to address and answer that question till today. So we believe that Trump coming to power, first of all, he is going to hit hard on a terrorist state like Nigeria. And then also look at what we are bringing to the table as alternative to restore peace and stability. Trump is coming to restore peace, not only in the Sahel region, also in Ukraine and in Gaza. So, and somebody has to do it. So we are bringing this particular solution, alternative to what they have on ground. And that alternative and solution is Biafra as an independent state. And I want all of you to understand that Biafra is not only going to benefit Biafra people, it's going to benefit the entire indigenous people within Nigeria area, including the Duduans and other indigenous nationality within the Nigeria area. The emergence of Biafra as a nation will put an end to upsurge of terrorists. It will disintegrate the interest of the terrorists while they are coming to Sahel. It will also cut ties immediately. Just that Biafra has been recognized, only the pronouncement will make the entire region calm down, because the terrorists will start fleeing. Why would they be fleeing? They will be fleeing because their only interest is to capture Biafra territory, which is the majority Christian-dominated area today in the entire Sahel region. I don't know whether you're aware of that. So the interest is in Biafra land, not actually in northern Nigeria. So, but they want to, first of all, cut our wings by cutting the neighbors, and then after that, they will come to us. And that's why we started resisting them ahead of time. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's go to Ekpa.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Damages and Prime Minister of Biafra, Simon Ekpa. I was just wondering, do you have to look so good to be a Prime Minister? Good to see you.
Thank you. That is so good. At least I don't want to look like the ancestor in Nigeria. I'm a young man, so I have to look good. Thank you.
Okay. Right. This is my question to you. Are you hell-bent on secession? Must we secede? Must Biafra break away? Is that the only solution to the Igbo problem? And please,
that is not the only solution. I think breaking away is not actually.
But let me finish. You get the whole context.
Okay.
If you're not hell-bent on secession, let's imagine you're not hell-bent on secession. What do you really want to see that the Nigerian element puts into place before you say, okay, then this is a pathway to unity? That is, if you're not hell-bent on secession. Did you get my question, sir?
Yeah. Okay. Now let me answer you. With all due respect, this is not the time for us to contemplate on whether there is a solution for us to remain one or not. This issue of whether we are going to remain one is something that we cannot revisit again, because the agenda of the Nigeria state is not for developmental purposes, is not to help the people, the citizens of Nigeria, is not to bring any innovative ideas, is not to build infrastructure, to bring security, to build roads, give hospital, schools. No. So it is only one agenda, which is the most important thing to them, is the Islamic agenda. And you will agree with me that since 1989, after what we call Abuja Declaration. What was Abuja Declaration? Abuja Declaration was the gathering of Islamic scholars, Islamic countries in Abuja, where the decision was made that the only thing they have to do is not to pursue development in any region within the Sahel region, but also to install all Muslims in different position and strategic position for the Islamization of that region. So that particular implementation of the Abuja 1989 declaration is already 90%, if not 100. And that's why for the very first time in the history of Nigeria, you have a Muslim ticket. And people did not see anything wrong with that. In fact, before this Muslim ticket, a lot of people said it is not possible. It is not going to happen. Even the people who call themselves pastors and all those preachers, all those liars, they were saying that God told them it is not going to happen. If it happened, they say, make the thunder fire all of them, make fire burn them. They pray all those prayers, all those nonsense. It did not. It still happened. Muslim ticket. It is called the implementation of Abuja Declaration 1989. And I want people in Nigeria to go and read Abuja Declaration. They have altered those content, the content of the declaration, but everybody who knows it knows the content was to install Muslims in all strategic position for the Islamization of the entire region. So Biafrans are resisting that because we understand that very well. So if you tell us, let us come down now so that it is everybody will be one, they will come harder on us in the next 10 years, and we don't want to go back there again. So what are we saying? We are saying that we need a country where there is going to be rule of law, justice, fairness, equity. We need a country where our women will go to hospital without paying money, doctor will attend to them. We want a country where our students will go to school and nobody will kidnap them. We want a country where we are going to have good road, transportation, good social amenity, and possibly provide social security for our people. It may also interest you that as a government in exile today, we have the strongest national identity card. As a government in exile, the only country that will compete with us today is South Africa. The security we have in our national ID card, and it is European standard. It will be unveiled and issued to applicant first time ever during our convention in Finland. That's how far. That's the kind of quality of life we want to give our people. Nigeria don't have it. No other country have it in Africa except South Africa, and we have contracted the best security company in Europe to do this. So we are laying example. We want a country where our citizens can travel visa free because we have what it takes. The European need us more than we need them. America need us more than we need them. So we need to have the kind of agreement where our citizens of Biafra can travel without anybody using telescope to look their passport. No, we want that our people will be respected in any point of entry in any part of the world. That is the kind of Nigeria can never provide that for you, and you know that. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ikolola. Let's go to Christian. You're next.
Hello.
Hello. Greetings.
Rudolph, can you hear me? All right, thank you. I just missed one of your interview with him there. So anyway, I'm just curious to ask Simon Ekpa. One of the questions Rudolph asked you, what role you're going to play when Biafra comes. One, you said the role Biafra giving you, but you're already a prime minister, so you really need to Biafra to give you a role. But my question now is, if you declare this Biafra on December, how long will it take you to remove the barracks, Nigerian barracks, army barracks, and police barracks? And how do you install remove the political actors in the territory and fill them with the Biafran political actors? Given this team that you have missed so many instances, promises about the chiefs, the Biafran, you gave for 150 days in the past, it didn't come, and the release of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, most of the promises or all the instances you have given haven't worked in the past. So how do you think that, why would anyone seriously believe you that this one will work, or is this a public stunt?
All right, so let me address you. First of all, I did not make myself prime minister. So Biafrans voted me, and you need to be part of the movement to know whether I was voted in or not. But I'm telling you now that I was voted in as a Biafra prime minister, And so you cannot be outside and want to know what is happening within the circle of the Biafra agitation. That's number one. So, like I said, I will be serving Biafra people in whichever position they give me. So that particular statement stands. Another thing is that you asked how am I going to remove the military barrack? I have said we are at a war of attrition. So I will advise you to go to Google or to any search engine and check what is the war of attrition. War of attrition is that we fight till the person that is tired will leave. And so after the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra on December 2nd, what we are going to do is to generate a document, a legal document. This legal document will comprise of the Biafra Constitution. It will comprise of the announcement of the Biafra self-referendum. It will comprise of the assenting into international human rights laws, international human rights treaties, international human rights convention in accordance with the UN treaties. We are going to assent to these laws, to respect them, the laws that Nigeria have violated with impunity. So this assenting to these treaties will give us that particular part of the legal background and legal backing to continue to pursue a diplomatic and political, using the diplomatic and political approach for the recognition of Biafra as an independent state, providing an alternative to Nigeria. So this is what we are doing, and this takes time. It is not a rocket science. So you need to have patience with us. That as we are engaging Nigeria, delegitimizing them, they're going to get tired. At the end of the day, I'm only pitying those who is going to die, especially from the Nigeria side, in the name of defending Nigeria, because at the end of the day, they're going to invite us to talk on the table, to discuss the partition of Biafra and Nigeria. It is going to happen. So those who die for no reason are the one I'm going to pity, because Biafra will come one day and sit on the table. Everything you see happening today will end in a table. So what you have to ask yourself is that, is Nigeria a better option for you? That's the question. Do you enjoy Nigeria? Do you want this particular Islamic state that is happening today? Not that I'm
a proponent of Nigeria. The reason why I asked my question. Let
me address one of the questions. You said about 150 days, that all the promises I made, none of them has happened. There is no promise I have made that did not happen. Every promise I have made is targeted at achieving something. One is that before I started the 150 days countdown, it was to make sure I destabilized the Nigeria electoral system. Because many of you were saying that Obi is going to win. And I was telling you people that Obi was not fighting to become a president of Nigeria. Obi was only installed by the British Empire in order to destabilize the Biafra agitation, just like they kidnapped Mazin and Bikano. That was the work of Obi. Today, are you going to be saying you are proud of Obi? Obi that is congratulating Gowon? If you are proud of him, then it means something is wrong with you. So now I'm telling you that the 150 days was targeted at destabilizing the election, which we did. We succeeded. Over 50 to 25 million people that registered, 20 million did not vote for Biafra. And so it is for the interest of the Biafra people that we counted 150 days. And you know that then everywhere was like, but of course many of you do not understand because you are not in the struggle. You think that after 150 days, I'm going to declare Biafra without a government structure? You think I'm going to declare Biafra without having our representative at the Washington, D.C.? Because the Biafra is not going to come from Nigeria. Biafra is coming from abroad. The people that will help us to restore our independence are not in Nigeria. They are not in Africa. They are here where I am. So why should I be coming there, and why should I, so what I'm trying to say is that we need to put these structures in place, which was not there, and now it is here. We have all government structures. We have also de facto government, functioning de facto government. We have the Biafra database security. We have every institution of government today. So when you are talking with people, you present them to know how serious you are. They will listen to you. And that's why the United States, that's why the Department of State are listening to us, because they have seen how serious we are. They have seen that we have become more organized than every other Biafra, not only Biafra, every other independent movement in the world. Nobody has done what we have done today. If you have any country that have done what we have done today, and they got independent, even though they got independent, tell me which country, from Bangladesh to Lithuania, to all those countries, tell me which country have actually laid the foundation the Biafra government have laid today. Nobody. We have done, better than any other country. And that's what it needs to be done, because Nigeria is a very complex state, and we know the Nigeria status in the global community. So it needed something sophisticated to be able to break through, and that's what we have done. That's why everybody is listening to us today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Christian. Let me ask a question from the comment section. I do get questions from here. So this one says, do you as Prime Minister have a relationship with Nnamdi Kanu's family and lawyers?
People should understand, and they should know how to differentiate Biafra movement from Nnamdi Kanu's family. Master Nnamdi Kanu is an agitator like me, like every other person. He is a leader of indigenous people of Biafra. So the Biafra freedom is not tied to him, and it's not tied to his family. So did anybody know my family? Did anybody know Wazuke family? Did anybody know Ojukwu family? Ojukwu have family too. So Master Nnamdi Kanu should be respected as a leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Only him that my alliance or allegiance goes to him alone. My loyalty goes to him, not to any other person. It's not a family business. Biafra is a nation that everybody can fight to become one of the leaders of Biafra until Biafra comes. So people should stop this whole Nnamdi Kanu family, this one and that. No. He is my leader. I am his disciple. And under this particular movement, I say that if Nigeria refuse to release him, they will pay dearly for the kidnap, and they are paying today. That is what leads to what is happening today, and we are not going back.
Okay, one more question from the comments before we go to the people in here. This one says that the Tinubu government is known for sharing rice. Does this movement support the people in Biafra land with palliatives to ease the suffering?
We support palliative, but it is not all about palliative. Palliative cannot solve any problem. But sometimes we do palliative to help the people, but it is not, we are not basing this agitation or liberation based on palliative, no. And right. People have come to understand that they needed the freedom more than any palliative. You know what they used to tell you in Nigeria in the past is that, you cannot stand against, the government designed this whole system so that people cannot rise up against it. When you rise up, they say, you don't have money, you don't have food to eat. We have been able to defeat that. Who can believe that Biafra will lock their shops? Nobody will believe. But today, they are doing it because they have come to understand the importance of freedom, that they need freedom more than anything. So it is not about palliative, but whether we do palliative, yes, we do.
All right, Henry, you're next.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Rudolph, and good evening, Prime Minister Samuel Ekpa. Yeah, let me go first on this. From the beginning, I supported Nnamdi Kanu, even though I'm not a Biafran. I support this movement because it was before he was talking about one Nigeria then. Before Nigeria turned against it, Nigeria was not favoring its people. Then it changed to be it changed to be to fight for Biafra. So it's unfortunate they went to kidnap him from Kenya. They bring him back to Nigeria. My problem is, do you believe some of those people in the Igbo not against Nnamdi Kanu still being in prison now? Because I see no reason why they keep him there, because there's no crime he committed. The government could not charge him to say this is your crime, prosecute him. They still put him there for how many years now? So what you don't think some of these Indian people they are against him? You don't think this? And secondly, I will be not be happy when I see people, they force some videos I see to sit at home. Those people who are beating, or I don't know what, I will not use that word here. Those who are aggressive to these people don't close their shop in Biafra land. Is it proper like that? Is it by force to close your shop, or you have to be free? They should be free to choose what they want to do. Is it not wrong to force people to close their shop? That's my question.
All right. So nobody is forcing anybody to close shop in Biafra land. Biafra are closing their shop willingly. And if you can also share the video of them responding to Soludo, not just the video of Nigeria agent trying to blackmail what we're doing. Share the video of the Biafra business people, traders responding to Soludo. That's the video you should be addressing. Because there are many videos where people are telling Soludo, come and drag us out of our house now. Why are you not addressing that? That is the real Biafrans, not those that Nigeria hired in order to blackmail me, thinking that when they start beating people in the market, I'm going to run away. No, we know those games. You should be addressing when Biafrans are talking. Biafrans are those who were making video telling Soludo to come with a trailer of key to lock their shops. Those are Biafrans. They are sitting at home willingly because they understand the fight we're fighting. It's just like many of you understand the fight, but the only thing is that you are too lily-livered to do what Biafrans are doing today. So when they are doing it, you are concerned. Why are you not worried about people that have been killed in other part of Nigeria? Why is Biafra more interested to you when people are not actually getting killed? Even if those who come to blackmail us by hitting people with a stick and all that, is that more cruel to the people that are getting killed in all over part of Nigeria? Why are you not worried about them? Or are they not Nigerians? There are people who gave birth to IDP camp in Benue State, and their children are 19 years old now, living inside IDP state, which means they have been living in IDP camp for more than 19 years. And there is no plan of them going back to their ancestral land. This should be your concern, not Biafra people sitting at home.
No, sorry, Rudolph, sorry. Rudolph, sorry, please.
Rudolph, you are not talking. We cannot hear you.
If you have had a chance to ask a question, please don't come back into the studio. We want to make room for other people. So I keep removing people who come back again. And also, please make it one question. We don't have a lot of time. I speak the truth, Ernest.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So, hello, Rudolph. Hello, Simon. Simon, it's a two-part question, but it's going to be in one. You've told us about your plan for 40 states, but what I think you haven't been clear about and what you haven't really told us is which states presently will encompass this new nation that you envision, because while you said earlier on the show that it will be made up of a confederate group of states, will these states just be the 1967 Eastern region, like you referenced, or, like Nnamdi Kanu said, expand to places as far as Kogi and Ondo? Because if so, me playing devil's advocate, if I was a military strategist or a leader from the old Western region, and which you have admittedly said, you know this will end on the negotiation table, I would be antsy that you are not only on my border in the event of a potential military skirmish, but that you will also control both sides of the River Niger. So where exactly in the geographical space being disputed today will make up Biafra? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if you have been following the Biafra movement, but we have a defined map and we have a defined territory. So if you are confused about where is the Biafra territory today, I will urge you to visit the Biafra government website, where you have the current map of Biafra. That those maps were done by people, the indigenous people in those areas, not Simon Ekpa. So the people that made those maps are the people, the indigenous people of those lands. It is not by Simon Ekpa. So if you are disputing the map or you don't want to be part of Biafra, then you have a one vote. You have one vote to say, no, I don't want to be part of Biafra. And in a democratic system, it is always majority carries the vote. So like I said, and I have said to every other person, if you can bring somebody or a group of people or millions of people to outnumber 50 million so far, you win the vote.
Thank you. I speak the truth. Let's go to Man of Prestige.
Yeah, greeting everybody. And greeting to have you here, Simon Ekpa. Let me start with my statement to your question. I think it's an illusion for you to have this idea that Trump is going to come and liberate a Biafra. Trump is a neo-isolationist. He doesn't care about Africans. So let me just, I live in America, California to be precisely. You are just riding on an illusion. That's not going to happen from Trump. He doesn't care about Africa. So that's one. But whatever your ideology of trying to actualize Biafra, whether it's going to come to fruition or not, that's debatable. So I'm not here to contend on that. But my main focus is the main harm you are causing to the Southeast. I mean, how are you going to actualize Biafra when you finish killing the Biafran people already? So what country are you going to have? That's my question.
You have not joined them. You have not been killed. So I think when you are gone, Biafra will come. And number one. Number two is that you are not part of a Trump team. You are not personal advisor to Trump. And I didn't say that Trump is going to give us Biafra. So don't come here and say something that is not right. Trump is the president of the United States. There are people that influences his foreign policies. These are the people I am engaging. The Department of State influences the Trump foreign policy. The Congress influences Trump policy. The CIA intelligence agencies influences foreign policy. These are the people I'm engaging. I'm not engaging Trump. Thank you.
Thank you, man of prestige. Let's go to Alwin Bond. I used to know your name. You changed your name.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Dr. Damages.
How are you?
Good evening to you. My Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Good evening to you.
Greetings.
And I would like to say, may God continue to bless you. I am the Okene of Biafra because my mom is from Aba State. She's an Angwa woman. I would like to ask you this, my Prime Minister. Are you the first Prime Minister to organize a republic in exile? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am not the first Prime Minister of a government in exile, and there are many countries that have regained their independence or restored their independence or sovereign state through a government in exile. So the only thing is that what we are doing today is very different somehow, because a country like Nigeria needed a very drastic measures that we are using. And that's why we adopt this 4 different approach, which is the political approach, diplomatic approach, the armed struggle approach in the self-defense, and the civil disobedience approach. So we are fighting Nigeria from all angles. Thank you.
Thank you, and let's go to electricity.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Man. Good evening, Simon. Mine is just clarification.
All right, welcome back to this wonderful channel. Ụfọdụ ndị iche na-ejidelu Ọhamadike, ụfọdụ ndị iche na-ejidelu the Susu Master, ụfọdụ ndị iche na-ejidelu the Prime Minister, mana Prime Minister nọ n'ụlọ na-aṅụ tii, nwoke nọ n'ụlọ na-akụ achọ. The weekend daily. Ekene m gị. Nakwanụ m anya. Ụfọdụ ndị iche na Ọhamadike nọ n'ime Ọhamadike 2 of ndị Igbo. Akụ na-atakasị 1 na Ebonyi steeti. Onye ndu Omife Ọdịmma, the wise man. Ima, if to say that we are in the olden days, when wisdom were recorded, when activities of men were well recorded, I think that by now Ekpa should be one of the wisest, because how he took a falling plane and flew it to the peak is still surprising to me, and everybody, even the world at large, that brought about this recent conspiracy propaganda news of his disappearance, his arrest or detention by the Finnish government, of which that some of these people who are peddling this news, this information, don't even know that Ekpa is a big fish, and not just a big fish, a bigger fish in Finland. I saw a video posted on X. I had the Finland president saying that he understands the struggle. He understands the struggle for independence You know, it's more like, paying penance for other people's sin, other people's mistake. Because our fathers, the olden ones, made the mistake when Nigeria was supposed to be a confederal government, of which by now, that if Nigeria became a confederal government, was a confederal government, it would have been easy for secession. But people like Nnamdi Azikiwe and a lot of Ndi Igbo stood against it without looking far to see what the future upholds. And as at that time, a lot of all the mineral resources that exist today in Nigeria has not yet been founded. Even though that those days there was mining of coal in Enugu and places like Ohaji them where oil were found, but there was no proper information that could show that there were mass, that place could give a mass produce of oil that could last for years. And when people who had not the sight, the Yorubas, the Hausas, who thought that the brighter future was on their path, then because of how they were being handled by the white, of course, all the powers were almost given to them. Because when the white man came, he approached the emirates, the emirs, and he found out that when the emirs call for a meeting, everybody comes out to answer the emir. He went to the Yorubas. He found out that when the Obas call for a meeting, all the villagers tremble because the Oba is calling. And when the white man came down to the part of the Igbo land, he found out that Igbo people were already democratic in nature. They are not the kind of people whereby you just rule anyhow. They were very democratic in nature, that there were division of powers. You know what we are reading today in government, where you see the division of powers, where you see arms of government and all these things, the executive, the legislature, the judiciary. It happened that to the surprising of the white man, that Igbo man had already been practicing this democratic system of government. And when the white man came, he was very surprised, because when he called for a meeting, you find out that if you call for a meeting in Abia State, you don't have the right to cajole the people in Anambra to come and attend your meeting, or maybe you call for a meeting in another village. For you to be able to bring all these people together to answer you at once, you have to meet their kings one by one. And when the white man found out this thing, he knew that he was up for a big game, a big task, because Ndibo were not the kind of people you could control just like that. Just like the Hausas, that the emir will give a call, everybody will come. The Yorubas, the Oba will give a call, everybody will tremble. But in Alibo, people have, in different places, they have their Eze, they have their Igwe. And in these Igwes, they have the kings, they have the kingsmen, they also have the 8th grade, they have the Umuadas. These are division of government that Igbos operated then. Even as at now, it is still in existence, where you have the Umuadas, where you have the Umunna, where you also have the Umunna, that's the kingsmen, where you also have the Ndi Unyomudi Umuinyom. These are the wives, co-wives organization. If you put it in English, this can be called co-wives organization. They have the daughters that were born in that land. They have their own organization too. Whether a female child is born in a particular family and is married to maybe London, that female child is still an Ada in that family. That's what we call Umuada. And this Umuada still have a say in what is happening in their homeland, where they came out from. They have the organization, they come back for meeting. Due to those days, maybe people don't usually marry very far because of cost of transportation, or people were not exposed then. So now these Umuadas can still come to their village and deliberate on what is happening. So when the white man came, he saw all this system of government that have been set up by Ndibo. Among the men, they still have the age grade. Your own age grade that you can report matters to. These are the people that can look into matters. Then among the men also, they still have the people like Ndinze and Ndiozo. These are other kinds of societies that these people are the ones who also have a say in the community. You don't boycott them to do some things. So when the white man saw this well-organized set of people that these people, even before meeting the white man, they have already developed their mindset. Their thinking is quite different. Their way of life, their culture is they have already seen civilization. You know, white man met the Igbo man civilized already. You people don't know that. Before the white man met the Igbo man had already been civilized. The way he does his things, like how they rate their billionaires, they check your band, they know how many tubers of yam you have. You know, the Igbo man had already known civilization, even some part of technology. It's just that as of today, everything is now attributed to the white man. The match is that even in the Iron Age, the Igbo man was still using light, sparking. In the Stone Age, all these things happen. Some people don't know the reason Ibuku is called Ibuku today. There is a brass pot that was found in Ibuku, aging very back, and when the archaeologists tested this brass pot, it aged very, very back. It shows that the Igbo man has been in existence a long time ago. And white man said, okay, now this kind of people are not the kind of people we'll be able to control. He gave all the powers to the Yorubas. He found out that the best way to make things work for him, because he knows that if Igbo man is set alone, that the white man is up for eviction anytime soon. Because Igbo man understands service. When I serve you, you settle me, and I become on my own. That's what the Igbo man believes. Even if you see this our boy tradition, a man can come in a family and carry their son. And that boy he carried will serve him maybe for like 6 years or 8 years or 7 years. And after this boy must have served him, he will settle this boy, and this boy will start his own life, start his own business. That is how the Igbo man operates. And when the white man, who also have a foresight to see ahead of time, saw this kind of mentality in the Igbo man, he knows that this kind of people are not the kind of people he can play with. It's just like meeting your match in a game. It means that when you are coming again, you will tread with caution. When the white man came, he met his match. You know that Igbo man is a fast thinker, a fast man to learn. He decided to tread with caution. He brought what is called amalgamation. He amalgamated, that's joining the three parts, the western, the eastern, and the northern. He joined these three people together, the western region, the eastern region, and the northern region together. He brought them together, he amalgamated them, so that these people can coexist as one people. Of course, you know that these people have different culture, different mentality, different way of life. And the white man who wants to be in control, he knew that the only way he could be in control is by joining these two people together, because they do what is called divide and conquer. For these people, these colonial masters, for them to conquer you, for them to take over, first of all, they have to divide you. And once they are able to divide you, they will conquer you. That was the introduction of the paramount chief. And when they found a loophole of some Ndigo who were tested for power, and these people were not even the well-known people in the community, they made them the paramount chiefs. They knew that these are the people who could obey us, who understand us, who can take action on our order. And these were the people who the white man made the paramount chief. And that was where they introduced what is called the courtman. You know, some people call it courtman, but that thing is courtman. Those people that work for the white man took over because he had the barrel. He had the stainless barrel of gun that could scare 1,000 men away. When the Igbo man saw that weapon, it's not that Igbo hadn't theirs already, but it was just that the white man's own was very sophisticated. Things like the double barrel, the pump action, then Igbo were still doing with the Ntuegbe and the rest of them. Now, all right, I'm sorry for that that long exposition. Of course, these people need to know what they are battling with, because Igbo are not the people you can choose just like that. Of course, you know that immediately after the Biafra Nigeria Civil War, 1967 to 1970, Igbo were given $20. Even the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, was a young man then. He was part of the military. Victor Banjo Gowon, who was the former head of state then. I think Obasanjo was a general in the army then when all these things happened. There were a lot of them. Even Buhari was also a general in the army then when all these things took place. So the history are not far-fetched from us. It is down there under our nose, and everybody can see. As I was talking to you now, one information dropped from my table. They say Abaribe on Biafra agitation. Simon Ekpa said he is just a content creator. All right. This is a trending info. You have to listen to this one. Some of you who used to want to beef me. Some people say, hey, I'm not saying the right thing. Some people say I'm not in track. I'm saying it as I see it. If you have to listen, you have to listen to the end and open your mouth to the truth. You'll be able to grab the info and also other things behind it. Enyina Abaribe, the senator representing Abia South, has claimed that Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa has already said that he's not the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. But according to the news, they said Abaribe claimed that Simon Ekpa, the proclaimed leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, labeled his agitation as content creation. Ekpa was arrested last week in Finland and subsequently sent to prison by the district court of Pejahem for spreading terrorist propaganda on social media. Abaribe said Ekpa's arrest was a welcome development, adding that the decision is admitted that his actions were staged. The senator made the claim on Monday while speaking on Politics Today, a channel's television program. What it does is that it will tell those people that at home who are purveyors of violence, who have been instigated by Simon Ekpa, to now know that he actually said he is a content creator. He said the Kebu could not immediately verify the claim. Abaribe added that Ekpa's actions were anti-technical to what Igbo stand for. He said terrorists have leveraged the agitation to perpetrate violence crimes in the southeast. And what has happened is that a legitimate quest by the IPOB seeking a non-violent referendum was turned by all these kidnappers because they have found a key. Because to leverage Igbo people, when you say Biafra, you must be doing the right thing. The senator said to average Igbo person, when you say Biafra, you must be doing the right thing. That's an ideology and cannot die. I continue. Abaribe said, whatever they say they are doing in the southeast is not supported by anybody in the southeast. All you have is a band of criminals. Also, our security agencies find it difficult to discern between a criminal and somebody who is saying he is doing agitation. So, every little thing that happens, they will say it's IPOB. According to the lawmaker, violence in the region can only be brought to an end when Nnamdi Kanu, the detained IPOB leader, is released. Abaribe said many of those perpetrating violence with Kanu's name would not have any reason to continue when he is released. He said Nigeria authorities have been demanding the extradition of Ekpa, a dual citizen of Finland and Nigeria, for prosecution. Lastly, the Nigerian government are demanding to extradite Ekpa from Finland to Nigeria. Of course, you know he's a dual citizen. But some time ago, the Ekpa himself, they are talking about, thought his Nigerian passport. He even burnt the Nigerian flag to say that nothing concerns him and Nigeria. So my question is, someone who denies his citizenship or who denounces his citizenship, does he still have anything with that country? Meanwhile, that question, I want you to drop it on the comment section. But this is where I'll be winding down the curtain for this particular section of this broadcast. And if this is your first time of joining us, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news is dropping, you will be the first one. Thank you for listening. God bless you immensely. Obodo, of course, you know that we are unfolding the mystery and information behind Mazi Simon Ekpa's arrest. But a lot of people thought that the arrest of Simon Ekpa would have slowed down the upcoming declaration of Biafra referendum that is supposed to take place in Finland, starting from the 30th of November to the 3rd of December. But while I went on the X space, I found out that seriously, even the preparations, the settings, everything is still going. And I say, wow, what kind of team has Ekpa set up? The team that could not crash down even while he is not there in office. And the togetherness, the working together of this team, moving towards their actualization and what they want to actualize is another thing that marvels me, because I thought that what the struggle sometimes brings is that if the leader is not there, you see other people shivering, other followers shivering cowardly and not being able to take action. But as it is, this team has decided to move forward to achieve, what they have been called for. And my question is this a destiny? Are these guys the one destined to bring about the justice needed, to bring about the freedom needed for the indigenous people of Biafra? But the information reaching on my table today, while I was inquiring concerning the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa, there are a lot of information going on. Some people have it that Ekpa is somewhere in his house listening to whatever everybody is saying. Wow. Could it be a prank that Ekpa has tried to play on us? Maybe on that 30th of November or maybe 2nd of December, that is supposed to be the day of declaration, he will appear by sudden to everybody and the world will shake. I guess maybe that is what is going to happen, because the Sisu man, the great Ekpa, the mighty Ekpa, sometimes, there is a way great men behave, because you cannot calculate them all. Like, you cannot know each and every of their movement, because they are well-learned men. If it's in the streets, you could also call them mafias, because these men have, gone the world round. They have experience, they have wisdom given to them by the Almighty God. Sometimes their operation goes the abstract. Sometimes their operation is not somehow what you expect, but while you are waiting for them on the other end, you see them catching up with you on the other end because they are smart. And these kind of people are one of the men like Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. A man the Almighty Chukwukama called and anointed him. Remember that when Moses, God said to Moses that you will not be able to see the land, but you will not be able to enter the land, but you will see it. He said, I have chosen your servant, your lad, Joshua. The Almighty Chukwukabiyama said to Moses to go and anoint Joshua. And Joshua was anointed, and that was how Joshua led the children of Israel into the land of Canaan, the land flowing with milk and honey. And that was where these people, started their life. And today, Israel is a big nation. Could it be that Nnamdi Kanu is the Moses and Mazi Simon Ekpa is the, what is it called? Is Joshua that is supposed to lead the people into this land that is flowing with milk and honey? Meanwhile, I will be dropping for you some few videos. This video, just pay rapt attention and watch. The video is courtesy of Arise News TV, but I want you to follow me up on that video and see as it is. I will still be right back with you to take some comment. Please, if this is your first time of coming across our channel, kindly just go down, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you want to support this channel, you can write us on our email if you want to support us on the good work we are doing here. Because I know some of you have been asking, how are we going to support? It has been in your mind. If you still want to support us, just write me that you want to support, and I will give you the means of support. Meanwhile, let me drop that video for you. But before I drop that video, another gbege don't happen. Another development. Court has adjourned Nnamdi Kanu's 50 billion suit against the federal government. Of course, you know that Kanu sued a 50 million suit to the federal government of Nigeria for undermining his rights, undermining his fundamental right. Of course, Kanu have taken a lot of bad treatment in that DSS cell. By right, nobody is supposed to spend more than 48 hours in the police custody. After 48 hours, you are supposed to be charged and sent down to the prison. That is how it is done. And from there, you will be coming for your case in a lot of countries. But as it is in Nigeria, because of the country where we find ourselves, where injustice is the order of the day, the man who has the money by the judge, an individual, can be pocketed at once, because, or even an institution can be pocketed by one man. You see one man pocketing a big institution, maybe because he has the wherewithal, he has money, and some good cases die, some bad ones die. You can buy your freedom as far as Nigeria is concerned. And when the bourgeois are concerned, the big politicians, the cabals, you are in for it, because they make sure daily that justice is not given its chance. Meanwhile, watch this video and I will come back to you.